The Bunker Project is brought to you by Wix.com, the easiest place to create a website online.
Do it again.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. We had a little bit of technical difficulties during the intro there with our headphones, but we're back for another show, and we're going to talk about Google Plus.
Oh my God, Google Plus.
MySpace making a comeback.
Oh man.
We might get to the
you know what we didn't do
to
last
the
week?
iPhone 5.
You know what we didn't do last week? We didn't do gaming with James.
I know because James went for a cigarette and
e-cigarette.
Never came back.
I went for an e-cigarette. Don't tell him.
But you didn't come back.
I was busy.
He was busy, twittering and.
I was tweeting. Actually, we're trying a social experiment here. I just so we talked about Social Media Week last week, and so we actually had this crazy party at the bunker. That was the unofficial party of Social Media Week, and I wouldn't believe the people that showed up.
Wow, yeah. Crazy stuff.
Wasn't it crazy?
Yeah,
we got so drunk, and there were so many beautiful women everywhere.
The insanity.
And beautiful people, men as well. So
yeah, so let's
we're an equal opportunity show.
Let's quickly go around the table and introduce everybody so that listeners know who they're hearing. My name's Andrew McGivern, at Podcast Hero on Twitter. You can find me at app.net at Andrew McGivern. And I'm sitting next to the Bob impersonator who
Bob,
almost water damaged his...
Almost totally water damaged my S3. Wow. Thank you to DJ Lefty for that quick swipe.
Well, he's got like ninja quickness.
Ninja quickness. Yeah.
Looks like a bunny always.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Me either.
But yeah, I guess I'm James Karg at twisted_magic MAJIC. I am the creator and founder of socialstak.co. That's STAK.co. So if you'd like to register and be prepared for our awesome beta, do it.
Coming soon.
Very soon. It's going to be amazing. But but we want to give a shout out to Bob Garlic at Bob Garlic because he's homesick.
Yeah,
Aww.
He's lost his voice, and
that's such a terrible loss.
Podcaster's worst nightmare.
He's sending us sign language as we're speaking.
Yeah,
what does that middle finger
We
mean?
should have done a video show where he could have signed the whole thing.
Yeah, that could have been actually really cool.
Or Morse code. I've been pushing for that Morse code app for a long time.
Anyways. Speaking of, wait. Can we go back to Morse code? Because there was actually an awesome thing at the Museum of Vancouver. It's this guy by the name of Tobias Wong. And unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. But he was a Vancouver artist that went to New York. And he made this awesome thing that said, New York, I love you, but you're too loud in Morse code. And he didn't remember doing it. But he had took all these pieces of wood and actually made the thing in Morse code hanging from the ceiling. So if you haven't been to the Museum of Vancouver, it's on right now. And neon. So... shout out to
Very cool.
Very cool stuff.
All right, and we've got DJ Lefty in the house.
If everybody wants to hit me up, you can always go to djlefty.ca, or you can go to my very personal Facebook page, where you will find nothing businesslike at all. Me and my kids, and me and my friends at parties. Yeah. djlefty.ca, my email, you can reach me there.
And why are you DJ Lefty?
I'm DJ Lefty because I'm the only half-deaf DJ in this city. I'm deaf in my right ear, so I only hear on my left ear, DJ Lefty.
Cool. And we've got Bonnie in the house.
At B. Sainsbury on Twitter, Left Brain Marketing. We create online conversations that convert.
Are you deaf in the right brain?
Well, some people say I am dead in the right brain. I don't know about deaf.
You just think on the left side of the brain.
Yeah.
You're a problem solver and stuff like that.
I worked in engineering environment for 30 years. And
creative.
Those are my peeps.
Cool.
A nerd from way back.
I am the original
and we've
nerd.
Got the insurance maven.
BC_insurance gal, Margaret Reynolds. You can find me pretty much anywhere online under BC Insurance Gal. Helping you protect yourself, so when life or when shit happens, I help you get money. That's my new tagline. When shit happens, I help you get money.
Nice. Well, you know, in my house, there's a lot of shit happening right now.
Not that kind of shit.
Oh, okay.
She's talking about other things, man.
Yeah.
Not
You don't
literal.
have diaper insurance or anything like that?
No.
Hmm.
No,
cool.
we could put a package on him and make him rich when he's
Oh,
older.
we put
but
packages
we
on
can't,
him every day.
We can't. We can't.
Doesn't
not
make
that
him rich, though.
Not that kind of package.
It's a smelly
No,
package.
there's no services for that she provides.
Guaranteed fulfillment.
Speaking of somebody else that likes to roll around in diapers, I think Ian Northcott's here.
You hold the record for missaying people's last names.
Do I?
Yeah.
Ian Northcott, Eric
Steinberg.
Steinberg,
It's okay. I went to the Bob's Garlic School of Reading
Andrew McGivern.
because I love Bob. Like, don't get me wrong, I do.
All right, Ian Nethercott.
Nethercott. Oh my God.
There
Okay.
you go.
I read everything phonetically. I'll admit it.
So is it a lingo error? Is it spelling error? Or is it all the above?
It's all the rap music I listened to when I was growing up.
Oh, okay.
You grew up?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Welcome to the
surprised
Burns
too.
Show.
Oh yeah.
Somebody call the fire department
Well,
because
apparently
we are
you
getting
did just turn
burned.
30.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, and that
yeah.
was there was a party.
That was a party here.
There was
yeah.
two parties. There was a party here at the bunker.
There
show
was
for
3
me.
parties.
and
There-
then
One
there
for
was
each
a party.
decade?
Yeah, yeah. The first one was probably the best one. Yeah, but
First decade or
the second one
party?
was awesome because Andrew was there
Yeah,
and he got so wasted and started dancing on the tables. It was amazing.
that was crazy.
Yeah, and then the third one was at the burlesque show, Kitty Nights down at Biltmore. So
Well, the second one was pretty good too, though.
the second one was pretty good.
Hmm.
We had some macadamia nut liqueur.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was very tasty.
Yeah, yeah. I think
James is all about the macadamia nuts. Brings him back
no
from
macadamia.
Hawaii.
No macadamia.
All right, so Ian
Nethercott.
at
Well, basically, love buying cars on everything, pretty much.
yeah,
Or
and
you can
Carnut
do-
Canada.
CarNut Canada as well. Free ebook if you're interested in buying a car and want to save some money. And also socialcontentgroup.com with Bob Garlic and friends.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you need there for content, let us know.
Cool.
That's about it. Next, Mike, please.
Sasha.
Say something good.
All right. So this is Sasha Jolic from SDS Software, and we do mobile apps. So we do iPhones, iPads, Androids, web apps, hybrid apps, native apps, any kind
Cool.
of app you want.
So what do
What
you
about
like,
a-
what
what
apps do you like doing the best?
What about a CR app? Do you do CR app?
CR apps. We do CRM apps. Is that what you mean?
Smart.
Nothing.
I got it.
I love you, Sasha. I'm just
but,
kidding.
But I can take away the M, just for you, CR apps. I can also take away the R, C apps. You can do C apps.
Ooh, C apps.
Mm.
I like
Interesting.
this content CRM. That's actually really needed by a lot.
So
of
if you make an iOS app, how difficult is it to actually then take the same app and turn it into an Android app?
It's it's basically it's completely different.
Yeah.
So if you've got if you do a native app, then it's completely different. It's different code, different layouts, different designs. Everything's different. So it's like building 2 completely different apps. But if you do a web app, if you do a hybrid, then you can reuse a lot of it.
Mm.
So you could do like Phone Gap, for example, or do Accelerator. Then you can reuse quite a bit of it.
Okay.
But then you lose in performance.
So it's better to make the apps totally separately for each platform.
Well,
some
you
people
have
don't
to.
have that,
Well, I guess that depends on how you define better, right? So,
Well, better for the user experience and the actual app itself, the performance of the app.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. So better for the user experience, absolutely. Native apps are definitely the way to go. And don't bother with Android. Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna offend somebody, but
What?
Don't bother with Android. That's hilarious.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you
iOS is such an easy ecosystem
Oh, I know,
to get
and
into.
you're going to go far with that.
Yeah, just remember that in 6 months.
Well, I mean, you've got to. Most app developers will go iOS first, obviously, because
Of
that's
course, but it's a
Absolutely.
crowded market space. Why would you go into a red
I know,
ocean?
and they pay for anything.
Yeah, that's like $100. I mean, with Android, you can charge whatever you want. People are willing to. And actually, you know what? There's a little place called BlackBerry, and they actually have the highest amount of users to conversions. So nobody's looking at them
I wonder why.
because they're awesome and Canadian, and we should support Canadian companies.
Well, we'll wait and see.
With his new S3 right in front of him.
Yeah, where's your BlackBerry, buddy? I didn't see it.
He's got one. He's got
Shut
one.
up.
He's going, gather
but
it
he's-
down.
Shut up! You can't talk about it.
I can't talk about it, but he has one. He's,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I can't say anything.
It's like
can't
broken
talk
in
it.
pieces or something.
No, I can't talk about it.
Bottle
Like,
of
He's
bottle
signed-
of beer.
I
or something?
seriously will have to kill you.
He signed an NDA.
I'm
can't
not
talk
fucking
about it.
kidding. Like, I'm seriously, I will have to kill you.
Oh.
So let's just leave the BlackBerry alone. They're awesome.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Yeah, what are you guys talking
about?
about? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And
Go BlackBerry.
And with
Yeah,
that,
go BlackBerry.
let's just move on.
Next.
before
Jay,
somebody
that's
gets
the
killed,
first-
we'll
that's-
move on.
That's the first time I've actually been really pissed on this show. Wow. Oh,
Whoa!
all right. Let's just chill out.
Okay, so
Everybody
we've
chill
also got the comic book maven in the house.
Thank God we
Sure.
have comic books. They make those people happy.
All right. Yep. My name is Bevan Thomas. I'm a writer, editor, storyteller, information architect for various clients, and I also write and edit comics. My own personal website, it's bevanthomas.ca. It's pretty easy to remember. And then the comic book company that I'm affiliated with is a local group of creators called Cloudscape Comics at cloudscapecomics.com.
Cool. So do you do a lot of writing for your own site, or is it mainly for clients, or?
Well, I do some stuff on my own site. Like I've got a blog, which often sort of gives news on different projects that I'm working on. But certainly a lot of the writing I do is for clients, working on their websites, press releases, that sort of thing. And then also my own creative writing story projects, either with Cloudscape or with other people. I like to keep busy on lots of things.
Cool. And we've got.
What's your favorite comic book, just before we go? All time.
The Invisibles by Grant Morrison. I'm a huge Grant Morrison fan.
Shout out Grant Morrison. Is he still with us?
Well, not here, but he's still alive.
He still is alive.
He's still
All
alive.
right. So Bevan, Grant, Bevan wants to meet you.
That would be awesome.
That'd be sweet. Make his day.
Sanj Sukrkar, Genesis Designs, at Genesis Designs. That's Genesis, GENESYS. Web design and SEO guy. I'm the website or web design maven here. Love to come have beer, get sloshed, and learn about social media.
Cool, and you're staying for the second show this time, which is nice.
That's correct.
Yeah.
How many beers are you on?
Number 3.
Nice.
Extra parking.
So I guess we should tell everybody that we have a drinking game here. Every time we digress, take a drink.
That's right.
Yeah, and if
That's
you're
right.
joining us at home and you don't have to drive, then feel free to.
And if
crack
you're
one open.
driving,
Or
drink
if
your
you take
coffee.
transit.
Yeah. And if you're on transit, don't drink because they really hate that. So.
All right, so let's jump right
Great. How am I going to
into
get home now?
the feature segment.
There you go. What are we talking about?
We're going to jump right in the feature segment, which is going to be we're going to start with Google Plus because we had a long conversation about various social media, Facebook and Twitter, and a little bit about app.net last time. But Google Plus, Bonnie is an early adopter of Google Plus. Can you pass me the?
Oh, you want that? You want these things? Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
So, does Google Plus have a chance at beating Facebook in the social network side of things?
I don't think so, but I don't think it has to.
No.
It's a totally different niche, and I would never want to see the Facebookization of Google Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just totally different. It's a different way of being social. Totally different people.
Would you say it's more business casual?
It's a whole bunch of nerds just
do you
chatting with each other.
Do you think they're trying to though?
Yeah, they are, and I think that's a
Yeah.
big mistake.
They just acquired Snapseed, which is kind of an Instagram
Okay.
copy, so that they can compete with Facebook on the whole quick editing of photos and uploading of photos and things like that.
But weren't photos one of I mean,
That was the
fact
major
that,
reason.
That was
yeah.
the major reason. That
Yeah.
was what kept you coming back. That was the shiny, the shiny object. Was you could just go down and go, ooh, pretty, oh, look at that, and that. I mean, that's
Look at the kitty.
yeah. There were no kitties early on. There are now, but I mean, there was cool stuff. But the photographers that were on Google Plus early on, that was one of the things that I enjoyed. You know, you didn't have to think about it. You just looked at it and went, "Oh, pretty picture. I wonder how that was done."
So I guess they've moved on to Pinterest now. A lot of those.
I hope not.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're still there. They still have a presence on Google Plus, but they've moved on to Pinterest.
It's junkier than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that. I guess not surprising.
Get on that mic.
Not surprisingly, I'm friends with a lot of artists, and there's a lot of them which really enjoy Google Plus because they feel it's a much better medium for them to either post their own art or see other people's art than Facebook is. So I know that drew a lot of people within my own general circle.
Mm-hmm. One of the other
you can
artsy
actually lift that. You can. The stand actually
There you
goes
go.
up, so you don't have to bend over.
There you go.
Cool.
One of the artsy fartsy buddy told me that if you post a photo, the minute you upload a photo to Facebook, you essentially lose all rights because Facebook owns it. Versus Google Plus, where it's better protected. I'm not quite certain about the whole rights issue there, but
I don't think you lose the rights to the photo, but Facebook can use the photo.
right.
So they can use it, but that doesn't mean that you have no rights over the photo. You can still use it for your own purposes, but you can't
Right.
stop Facebook from using it
Right.
for whatever reason, promotional purposes and stuff like that. But yeah, Facebook is definitely like the dominant social network, but Google Plus has been described as a information network and as the kind of the glue that holds all of the Google products together. So I don't know. The way I look at Google Plus is a place that you don't go to like you do to Facebook to interact with people. It's more of a.
I don't know. I
What
think
do
you
you think?
actually do go to Google to actually interact with people. I think it really depends on your style.
yeah, if you're going there for a hangout, yeah.
Well,
for
no,
sure.
not just for the hangout, but like, you know, there's really good communities evolving on Google Plus. I mean, I'm part of the beer community, so are you.
Mhm.
There's like the food community. There's the
Is there any beer community
News?
that you're not a part of?
no. No, but I mean, there's like the news community, which is Sarah Hill and all those kind of people that are doing live newscasts to go along with it. They're doing Google Hangouts to kind of
Yeah, so that's
add content.
But the difference though is that with Facebook you go because your real online network of family and friends are there, but with Google Plus, it's basically you're connecting with people based on niche topics. It's not actually
yeah, I mean,
a
but
social network.
the reason, okay, so I have a philosophy about the 3 social networks. Would you like to hear it?
Absolutely.
Okay,
We'd
so
love to hear it,
The
man.
cocktail party.
So no, okay. So the
Drinking
first
is
one,
good.
the first one is Facebook. Facebook is all your old friends and family and acquaintances that you know really well. So that's your past. Then you have your Twitter, which is present, which is all the people that you're currently engaged with, talking with, seeing what's going on in the world, and sharing contact information with. And Google Plus is actually like your future. It's the people that you actually want to connect with. It's the actual people that you're actually trying to get a hold of and enjoying the content that they're producing. So for now, yeah. So Facebook was that before, but then
So-
Grandma got on,
No,
and your
I don't-
aunt got
I don't
on,
think
and everybody
Facebook
else
ever
did.
was
It's like
that.
the panicked email
I
I
don't
got from
think
my
so.
sister.
And-
Oh my God, I just got Facebook friended by our older sister.
I don't think Facebook
And-
ever
and-
was that because with Google Plus, it's much easier to connect with people based on a specific
Yeah.
interest.
Specific topic. Yeah.
Because they don't have to follow you back. You don't have to. It's not a
two-way street.
Yeah.
So wait
It's
a
a
second.
one-way street.
James, you're saying that if I run into somebody on Google Plus and make friends, you're going to tell them, come chat with me on Twitter
No,
because that's
No.
my present.
no,
and
No,
then
no,
I
no,
gotta
no.
I'm
know
saying
them.
that
You don't
the
have to
people
cross,
you
it
want.
doesn't have to be cross reference.
It's just an analogy.
But the thing is, you can connect with people on Google Plus that you don't know. You can add them to a circle. And it's not like it's on Facebook when you're adding, it's like if somebody I've never met wants to be friends on Facebook. I'm
It's
gonna
easier to
think,
grow
why?
out. It's easier
I
to
don't
grow
know
out.
you. I've never met you. But if they want to add me in a Google Plus circle, fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just going to stick them in my networking circle, and
And that's
that's
why
cool.
it's not a social network.
Yeah,
but those
know
are
what I mean?
people that I'm going to want to meet.
I remember
You
that
definitely
when
don't want to meet them.
I just don't want them seeing my wine postings on Facebook.
Go ahead.
I remember that when Google Plus first came up and people were telling me about it, because that was back when people needed to tell me about social media because I wasn't paying enough attention. And what they said was really great about it was that it's for expanding networks.
Yep.
That Facebook is for about keeping up with people you already know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not so good for actually meeting new people and connecting with the people you want to connect to, which is
Google Plus?
Facebook.
Facebook.
And that's what made Google Plus stand out for them.
Yeah,
It was actually like a lot of people saw Google Plus as actually being a place where they could restart their social profile again because they didn't have to worry about their
Right.
friends or family
Yeah.
posting judgments on it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
Well,
yeah.
not only that, you
Still
could grow it
isn't
out very
there.
quickly.
you can grow it
grow
out
it.
very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And because
Face-
you become a thought leader, and those people are actually looking for that type of content. I mean,
Yep.
that's what was it? Google, what do they call that? It's like Burn? No, Google.
Oh, that thing
Fire?
that never, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Never-
talking about.
didn't-
It was like you'd add groups and you could search by a certain
Yeah.
term, and then you can add those things. It made it a lot easier to become a thought leader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Google Plus is more like the cocktail party,
Totally.
and Facebook is your
For smart people.
family and friends.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want to
for
find
geeks.
good,
It's the
relevant.
highbrow. It's the martini party for highbrow
Well, like
people.
if you start following
No.
really high quality people on Google, you'll have great content for your Twitter. Like I'm not kidding. Like you'll get good pictures. You'll get like George Takei just jumped over there. Guy Kawasaki's been there forever. Gary Vee is there, and it actually is relevant conversations to those kind of groups. It's like Google Plus is kind of like a like page for Facebook, but like an actual active like page. So you can actually engage with the brand and speak with them.
Yeah, and speaking of social networks,
MySpace.
MySpace is trying
MySpace.
to make a comeback. It's big news.
It's bringing sexy back. Yeah.
So, Justin
Because
Timberlake
Justin
is part of the team.
Timberlake invested. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's-
that's why he's
He
front
did?
and center. Yeah, Justin Timberlake had bought a share in MySpace.
Isn't he like 306 years old or something now?
Oh, in boy band years, yes.
60?
Yeah, he's not a boy band.
In
guy
boy
anymore.
band years, he is definitely 360 for sure.
Okay.
So, but
Also a god.
he is like he's like one of the patron saints of
He's
boy
a principal boy band guy.
bands. Yeah. But
Okay.
he did invest in MySpace and has made it more music and user friendly.
Yeah, and they're just about to launch a completely revamped site. And it's interesting because if you go to new.myspace.com, it goes to this page where they basically say to get an invite to the new MySpace, enter your email address. So I did, and but then I'm like, wait a minute, what's going to happen to all the old MySpace profiles? Are they going to
Tom took them.
delete them, or what's going to
Yeah,
happen?
delete.
Tom took them. Tom took them with him to Google.
Haven't
Plus.
they been dead for years?
No, actually, bands
Did
have
you
still
just-
been having.
Well, no,
huge-
they're still a niche social network. They're still around, and they're good for comedians and for bands
and
and
stuff,
things
yeah.
like that. And so now they're completely redesigning the site, and they want to make it even more so, catering to entertainers and comedians and musicians and things
Sorry,
like
is
that.
the new one out yet?
No, it's not. It hasn't.
No,
it
it's
hasn't been
pre-launch.
released yet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Free buzz.
So the question is there a place for MySpace to actually make a comeback, or are they going to be relegated to just
I think they should just
The past.
stick
Hardcore-
to being a
hardcore.
niche.
Yeah.
Well, they are. I mean, they know what their target is. It's music groups and comedians and other things like that.
So
And
cool.
If you look at the video they released, it's actually very cool,
yeah, it is. It's a cool video, and it does look cool. It's like a combination
and
of
it's got Justin Timberlake front and center.
Twitter and Pinterest and Facebook, I guess.
But the thing is, too, who like consumer wise is going to go there? It's like I already have enough social media
It looks like they're gonna.
profiles to keep up with. Am I going to care?
It looks like you can stream music. So if you have bands that you follow, it might be effective as a music player.
Yeah, it is. At the bottom of the page, there is a music player.
So while you're browsing all these other social profiles,
You get
have
the
something to
music
listen.
going on the background.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Bringing sex.
Oh no, Sash is leaving. Aw.
Oh,
Good.
out.
Hey, we were
He's
just
out.
going to talk about
You know,
apps.
any-
That was the next topic.
Oh. My mic just went muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead too.
Somebody kicked it.
Oh,
Oh, I think
Killed the
DJ
power.
Lefty.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, there.
Oh.
DJ Lefty's got his. He's pulling on the.
No. It's got
back
nothing to
now.
do with
It's
him.
good.
It's,
Oh,
it's
okay.
good. Don't worry about
Right.
it. Don't worry about it.
No,
Leave
we're
it.
good. We're good.
Yeah, okay. But what were we talking about? MySpace.
MySpace, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems cool. I mean, it does have that kind of. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how the resurrection happens. You know, I don't know if everybody will still be friends with Tom or will be friends with Justin Timberlake. So,
Who's the most popular guy on MySpace?
Justin Timberlake.
Not Tom anymore. Anyways, I think what they should do, and I think it would
I think they
make
should
it,
sell it to somebody else.
They already did that.
He
Yeah,
sold
they're
it to Justin.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're-
Justin's the new owner? That's good.
Well, there's two owners, and Justin's got a stake in it too.
He's got a stake.
Yeah, two brothers own it. But
Are they twins? Is it the
Are they part of the same boy band?
Actually,
The Winklevosses.
Facebook
The
twins?
Winklevosses.
actually, it's Tim and Chris Vanderhoek,
Oh.
Two
Tim
other
and
rich
Chris
They
boys.
Vander-
just changed their name. It's the same guys.
the whatever they are, twins.
The Winklevoss.
The Winklevoss.
Yeah.
Winklevoss. Yeah, no. Anyways, what I think they should do is they should open it up not just to comedians and bands and things like that. They should take all the people who are putting out web shows, like
You
video.
should open up to politicians.
Sure, open it up to open up to anybody who's creating content, and
Oh,
just
that
make
would be
it
politicians, sorry.
make it a.
Quality
I don't know. Have you
content.
seen Mitt Romney videos lately? He's posting a lot of content.
And I watch all of that.
Or he's the recipient of a lot of content.
Oh, it's great entertainment.
not
It's
see
funny
the-
stuff online
Did
right
you
now.
not see the 47% thing?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Wow.
that bad?
Mitt Romney's the best comedian out there right
Oh,
now.
yeah, it's hilarious.
But I think there's like 10,000 podcasts out there, right? At least. And if they were to provide a platform where podcasters and web show producers and things like that could kind of amplify their reach, I think it would be cool. Kind of like Blog
Yeah,
Talk
that'd be
Radio,
cool.
but actually done much better and higher quality.
Blog Talk Radio. I haven't heard that in a while. It's pretty cool.
Blog
think-
Talk Radio?
I think that's a dead topic.
Yeah.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
MySpace, I think, is dead.
All of a sudden, it was like Blog Talk Radio, and it just
Dead silence.
MySpace.
Yeah, it really got weird in there when you said that.
Let's talk about Pinterest real quick. Anybody in the room using Pinterest at all?
Little bit.
yes.
So over
Haven't posted in ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still get repinned once in a while, but it just doesn't mean anything.
It sounded like when it came when it hit the news, it was like everybody was making you feel like, what? You're not on Pinterest? But now,
Died.
yeah, it's just.
Well, I think it's
that-
really niche. I mean, if you have a retail store and you have products and you can put a gallery of your products on, awesome. I think Pinterest
That's
is
right.
really great for businesses like
That's
that.
right.
But for my business, not so much.
Maybe
I
they'll
mean, I
join
can use it
forces
for.
with
I use it
MySpace.
more for entertainment purposes. It's
right.
kind of like a public record of some
Sure.
bookmarks. I think are really cool.
Sure.
The thing that I find the most interesting thing about it, that I only have used it a little bit, not too much, is just how much it's the gender dynamics. You know, like more women use it, and in fact, I noticed that when I joined it, and I signed on, and people started to friend me, it was almost entirely my female friends. Like almost none of my male friends seem to either be on seem to be on Pinterest, which was sorry. It was
That depends what country
a
you're
dynamic I found interesting
That's
right.
because it seems to be much more, for Facebook or Google Plus, you get kind of, everybody on there, but it's
No, that's mostly
It
male.
depends it depends what country and what you're using it for. Because then there's maybe in Canada they haven't quite caught on, but a lot of other countries it's predominantly males using it.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
in
And there's a thing
in
called-
Canada and the U.S. it's
come
mainly
on,
the
Ian,
arts and
car
crafts
porn.
and the photographers and things
Car
like that.
porn.
And if you want to,
In the UK, it's all
just-
the geeks
did you
putting up
just say the P
technology
word?
pictures
Yep.
and things
I
like
said
that.
car porn, pictures of cars.
Yeah.
Naked pictures of cars
I mean, in the
You can dress
end,
them up if you want to.
without the bra.
how many photos are there out there to repin?
Okay, don't get Ian
I've got
excited.
6 to repin later on this evening.
Oh, there you go. Well,
So if anybody's looking for a new way to track your Pinterest stuff, a friend of mine just released it. You can sign up for it right now. It's called Pinsite. It allows you to have analytics to your Pinterest.
Cool.
So,
Does it come with extra pins?
Good one.
The bonus pins.
So now our bartender has shown up. So
Yeah, we're all getting around here.
liquor
And hey, how many people heard about the UN, the United Nations, tried to take control of the internet?
I did read that. I believe it was in the show notes. I read that.
It's kind of like trying to take control of Iran. Didn't work so well.
That sounds
No,
like
well,
something Dr.
It's
Evil
still a
would
work
do.
in progress. They'll do it.
Right.
Basically, what they
You should
wanted to
read some of the
do is
stuff
they
they
wanted
wrote,
to
right?
create
It was like, ooh.
international rules for the internet. So
Are you kidding me?
part of it came
You can't even
from.
do that for the world.
Is
That's
this like
like
a
trying to
practical
herd
joke?
Well, no,
cats.
actually, no. This is serious, and
Oh, yeah.
and it was a serious threat to the internet. The U.S. though has rejected it.
So that's the end of that.
So, well, take a look at the best way to compare this is the Codex Alimentarius, which is the food code in Europe and most of the rest of the world. The UN came up with this standardized code, so any food product has to, for any member country to the Codex, you can't have a product on the market without it being in the Codex Alimentarius. So that includes food products, it includes vitamins, it includes herbs and things like that. So in order to get a product on the market in Europe, you have to apply to the Codex Alimentarius, and if they say no, then you can't market your product at all. And in Canada and the US, we don't follow the Codex. Actually, Canada does, but natural health products and herbs are regulated as a separate entity, so it doesn't apply. But it's really, really hurts small businesses. It hurts innovation. It hurts. The only benefit is the large corporations that are like the pharmaceutical companies in this case, and the large nutraceutical companies. So in this case, with the internet, it would be the same thing. It would help the major players, and it would be a detriment to everybody else.
What's the goal?
Well, the goal is, and what they're
To help the big players.
you know what
obviously.
what they spearheaded it with was this whole anti-Islam video. They were going to say, okay, well, you can't do that on the internet, and then someone else would say, okay, we don't want this on the internet. We don't want this on the internet. And once those things are in there, you can't put it on the internet anywhere in the world. So, to me, that's a major, major problem.
Yeah, but how do you enforce it?
Well, if they
You throw
if you
riots and you burn stuff.
if you give the keys to the internet over to the UN, then they would just block everything that wasn't
Yeah,
allowed.
but they can't even control what's going on in the rest of the world. What makes you think they can do that?
Yeah, it'd be
Well,
harder
not
to.
gonna let
It's
them
hard.
do it.
Yeah.
It's harder to control the internet than the other stuff.
Well, I mean, Google.
That's why I
Goog-
made a comment saying it sounds like something Dr. Evil would say.
yeah.
You cannot
When
control the internet.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
actually
balance.
believe they can do it, and that's the scary thing. Somebody has sat down and went, "We think we could control what goes online," and somebody else said, "That's a good idea. How can we do that?" And then they had all these other conversations about how that can be done, and they believe that this is an attainable goal.
That was because
So-
they all had their heads up their asses.
Right, but the fact of the matter is, these are powerful people that can make decisions like this, and if they believe they can do it, we should be shitting our
Well, they
pants
can
right
do
now.
it. They can do it.
No, I
I
think-
mean, there's some sites that have been around for a while that all of a sudden have an FBI landing.
Yeah,
page
like
on them.
djlefty.ca.
So I mean, the site's been taken down, right, for violating the rules.
Mhm.
So it's
think-
possible.
Things like that
Chinese
have
try
been
and
like that. Exactly. I was just going to say that. The Chinese and the Middle East. I mean, so many things get censored. Like people
Yeah.
don't even know that such a site exists because it always comes up as a broken link.
Yeah. Well, Iran is creating their own internet,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's their walled garden
North
internet.
Korea's like that.
What do they have, like
Yep.
the crazy Khomeini guy on there or something?
I heard the weird
Every
thing.
webpage goes to his.
The,
laptop.
the views of Ian Nethercott are those of Ian Nethercott and not of the Bunker Project. Please, thank you, and send any comments to Ian Nethercott at lovebuyingcars.com.
I heard the weird thing about the if you try to use the internet in China, that if you go to a website where you're not allowed to go to, two little cartoon icons that look like sort of cartoon versions of Chinese officials.
Like Mao.
No, it's more like kind of like soldiers or something. Show up. I think they got special names and identities, so the real
Like Olympic mascots kind of thing.
exactly. They show up and tell you that you should not be viewing the site.
Hold up a little bit. Just get off the mic a little
They
bit.
should have used the Shaolin monks. That would have been cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Too funny.
There you go.
You
You're
could
good.
just have like big red flags come up.
He
and
was
go,
quite hot
"Stop."
on that mic. That's what we call it. So what else are we talking
That's
about?
the technical term for it.
Yeah, that's the technical term for it. Getting hot on the mic.
Well, the app guy left. We had this cool topic about
And Sanj works with him. Is he really an app guy?
He is.
Does he
He-
really
he-
believe that
he-
Android sucks?
Well, that's what I was giving him a hard time. We did appetizers and beer right before we got here, and the whole time I was ragging on him for. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, how can he be dissing Android in today's day and age? But they do. His shop does only apps, and we do every web related stuff. So we're trying to team up. So that's my.
You may retrain him. Is that what you're saying?
I might have to brainwash him.
You're gonna have to tell him that resistance is futile.
Just show him the
We'll
light.
similar.
I mean, I can totally understand starting with an iOS app and then developing the
Yeah.
Android app second.
He's
Gotta
totally
go where the
right,
money
though.
is.
I mean, a
man.
year later, if somebody had told me that iOS was it, I would have believed it. In today's day and age, if you're going to diss Android, end the conversation. I don't want to talk any further.
Yeah, you kind of lose credibility like
Yeah.
that. Don't
Quite
you?
quickly.
especially in this room.
I
Yeah.
actually
a bunch
did
of
it.
critical bastards in this room.
I did it for about what was it, like a year
Who
that I was
called us
bashing
critical
Android.
bastards?
That was me.
Thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
Yeah,
You got to go with what you
You
know.
You resemble that
opinionated people.
remark.
Well, and
I'm gonna have that tattooed on my.
the iOS
forehead.
has more reach. They've got there's
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
about
iPads out
reach.
there. Yeah, there's a lot with the iPod Touch and
Oh,
with
we're
the
gonna
iOS
do
devices.
this.
Again.
Hey, can we talk about how much Tim Cook sucks?
Can we talk
Actually-
about how much
Do you have
Apple
inside
Maps suck?
information?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait,
in a
we already
minute.
bashed him like what was it 2 shows ago?
But
Yeah.
I guess James is the closest thing now we have to an app expert
Well,
here.
damn an app expert. Yes, I am.
Oh, cool.
Well, there you go.
That's right.
So push notifications.
Yeah, push
on an app.
notifications are awesome, but if you spam me too much, I think you're an asshole.
Yeah. So basically,
And that's the technical term for it.
But that would be pretty much for all spam.
Well,
wouldn't
but
it?
I mean,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna give me a push notification, make sure it's worth my while to go to your app. Like,
Yeah.
please. Like I have no problem with like Twitter, interactions, or I'm getting emails. Like that's fine. But if you're spamming me every
Really?
single 15 minutes, I will totally delete your shit.
You mean
Nobody
message-
spams you every
Is that-
15
is
minutes,
that-
though.
Is that technical talk?
There's actually quite
I
a
will
few.
totally-
There's actually quite a few games that do that.
Really?
Yeah, same
Like
like
Farmville or something.
well,
okay. So what about so the example they use in this article is words with friends.
yeah, words
Right.
with friends. Every time something is completed, you get a push notification. It's actually really
Ooh.
decent to continue you coming back to the application.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't
so
you
that's
just give them
okay.
somebody else's phone number?
So it's okay to it's okay to
Not
get
mine.
the
Look, if you're
the
playing
push
a game, if you're
notification.
getting playing a game like that, you know how many people you're playing against. You better be.
Actually,
ready
you know
for all
what?
the push
I like the
notifications.
push notification telling me that it's my turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a totally.
But I don't
valid
want to.
one.
I don't want to push notification saying that a Facebook friend joined or started using words with friends. I don't need to know.
Yeah, I don't
that.
Oh,
care.
yes, it depends
if
on
one
how
of my
much
friends
friend
started
you are.
using something. It's like big whoop. It's same as your friend Fred has just joined a meetup group that you belong
no.
to. I don't give a.
I don't get those ones. Guess I'm lucky.
So
They think he's a
basically,
good friend, that's what it
there's
is.
this study that I'm looking at here.
It's like I go to meetup groups to meet new people, not to see my friends I already know.
Especially
That's
Fred,
what I'm
hey?
doing wrong. That's what I'm
Fred
doing
a
wrong.
problem? Is that the problem?
So basically, this
don't even know
this
if
study
I
is
ever
saying
seen
that
a
if you
random name.
send out push notifications regularly on your app, you're going to get double
You
the
will.
use
Yeah.
of your app,
Mm-hmm.
and the chances of it being deleted from the device go up dramatically,
Yeah.
unless you do what James said.
What if you have good push notifications?
Then
Yeah.
you're fine.
Quality.
Okay.
If you're
Yeah.
fine, it's just like if you're doing a Twitter campaign. If you're always pushing and you're not pulling, then you're totally going to get it.
Everybody
anything
thinks
else.
they're
Anything.
doing the right thing, though.
It's called social.
It's called just being normal to people.
Nobody's going to go, well, we're the bad guy. We're the ones doing the bad push notifications.
There
Everybody
are
thinks that way.
companies that are just specifically out there to push notification you.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah,
it
I mean-
work or not? It's
They're
not
still
good or bad.
successful, but
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think-
it depends on
I-
the
Okay,
conversion
well,
rate.
in
They're,
that
they're
case,
just using
I
it
think
on the
it works
numbers
in the
game,
short
and they're not
run.
really. You
Yeah,
know,
the short run, it
In
definitely
the short
works.
run, it works. They'll get some engagement. They'll get some make some money on ads or whatever,
Whatever they do.
affiliates and things like that. But in the long run, people kill the app.
It leads to push burnout, and people are just like, I don't even give a shit anymore.
They wouldn't continue to do it if it didn't monetarily make sense for them. Whatever they made those first 2 times is enough for them to say, okay, we've made our money off of that person. Now we can move on to the next person. If you leave, it still made sense for them.
But if you leave a field totally burnt, there's no room to grow later.
Fair enough, but they're not going to make any money off you anyway because you're not going to actively go to whatever they want you to see.
I think that's very short term.
That is very
It
short
is very
term
short term,
thinking.
but there's probably enough turnover that it still makes money.
It's
still
I
makes
think
sense.
it's short term.
It is short term, and then
Yeah.
people will tell you don't buy that app because it
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
burned
get
me.
bad reviews and it won't end up.
Yeah,
Called
you're gonna-
social.
Well,
Yeah.
more than
Yeah, more-
social notifications or whatever, I want to talk about your project, the Social Stack. What it's all about. What does it do? Why should I go check it out?
Why? Give us
Sign
a
up for
why.
the notifications.
Yeah, sign
Yeah,
Push
yeah.
us to tons
Yeah,
of
what is
notifications
this
all
social
the
stack?
time.
What's it all about?
All right, are we really doing this? I thought
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is like
just
the
do it.
bunker project.
All right, well,
I didn't know
hey, you
this
know
was
what?
my.
Well,
But
that
you
can be
but you
your
gotta
segment.
you gotta drink
Yeah.
as we're
For
digressing.
tonight.
Oh, hang on, we need
Thanks a
theme
lot,
music for
Sanj.
gaming with James.
All right, here we go.
This kind of feels cheap, though.
That's awesome.
All
It's
right.
time
asked-
for gaming.
We
With
asked
James.
Okay, I'm not actually talking about
Hey,
my
you know,
project.
usually James talks about what's happening in games.
Yeah, but I guess
This time he's going to talk about his own app that he's actually developing right now.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
called?
it's called Social Stack. It's socialstak.co, and it's actually a cross-platform trading card game for people to learn how to network more effectively and easier. So, does that help hear a little bit of what you're?
And there's lots of push notifications.
No, I mean that's still to be decided. I mean, like that's actually a good thing that we actually were talking about because it does kind of make you kind of think like, well, what is important to somebody in an application? So, I mean, what we really want to do is just help make people connect, and we want to help them be more social. I mean, I found that when I created the application, I was down in the United States at a convention, and I was getting a lot of business cards, and I was staying with some other dudes, and I found that I went back to the hotel, and I'm like, yo, let's look at my stack. Look at how many people I've met. And he was like, oh, well, look how many people I've met. And it was, like, very small. And I was like, but you're just as cool as I am. Like, what's the difference between you and I? And I was like, I got it. I got to help him connect better. So then I sat on the bus on the way home, and I was like, you know what? We always talk about how much I hate gamification. Let's try to change gamification. Actually, see if I can make something decent with this. So
Cool.
that's where Social Stack came from. So yeah, we're currently looking for users, for people that are interested in the beta, to sign up on our website and check it out. And once our beta releases in probably about 2 months. I mean, last time I said I was going to make something, it didn't end up happening. So so sorry to our loyal listeners who've been listening for 100 shows. But this one is going forward for sure.
Cool.
Hey, at least
So-
you keep trying.
I've signed up.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do as an entrepreneur. You pick yourself up and you go again. So
Yeah.
that's the way it is. I was actually spoke at Startup Canada on Wednesday. I was one of 19 entrepreneurs that got to give their aha moments.
Good for you.
So that's kind of a cool thing. Yay! So yeah, but the thing I learned from that one is that when you're pitching somebody something, you got to like practice it, which I did. But then you can't. No. So get me. You practice it, right? But then when you get up there, don't try to improvise halfway through.
Yeah.
Don't wing what you did before.
Stick to the plan.
What I did before was wing it. So the second time I tried to practice it, and then the third time I'm probably going to do, I don't know yet.
Practice and stick with what you got.
wrote
What
without
I wrote.
winning.
Yeah, what I wrote just now that I said to you guys all. So,
Nice.
job.
but yeah, I mean, it's going to be cool, and the first 500 people to sign up for it get a discount for lifetime. So
Nice.
I haven't said exactly what that means, but
So free.
well, it is.
You
it
get
is-
free
it's
push
actually-
notifications. They're all
Actually,
free.
it is a freemium game. So that's one of the bonuses to it. So
You
we'll
can play
let
it
the
for
other.
free, but if you want the added benefits, you pay a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Wait a
once
second.
again,
Wait a
tell us
second.
the
It's a
tell us the
game?
URL.
It's
Socialstack.co.
STAK.co. So, and maybe
It's a cool name. I
maybe
like
we'll
it.
even put in a code for later for when you
It's
refer
a
people.
game. I thought it was a social media app.
It is. It's not a social media app.
It's a
but
gamified
It's a
social media
gamifying networking. You'll see. I don't want to release everything out of the bag just yet, but
Cool.
it's going to be pretty awesome. Considering I hang out with all you people and the people that listen, we know what we're doing.
Cool. All right, so Someone brought
Somebody
up the
gaming-
iPhone 5 and Apple Maps a few
Wait,
minutes ago.
wait. We're still in Gaming with James.
Ah,
I don't want to like just be a push pushing out my own content. I want to talk about other things.
okay.
So
Go ahead.
there's a new thing called Gambitious that launched a crowdfunding platform for video game only just recently. It's Dutch. So now you don't have to worry about being on Kickstarter anymore for video games. It's actually just strictly games. And here's the interesting thing. So instead of actually buying the product now, you can actually invest in it. So they set up amount of an equity, so you can actually invest in the companies you think that are going to succeed.
Cool.
And there's a hybrid model, so it's like kind of
So that's a hybrid crowdsourcing.
hybrid crowdsource model, yeah. And crowdsourcing week's coming up pretty soon in New York, so
Nice.
we'll give
So
them a
what's
shout out
the,
for
what's
that.
the website?
Gambitious. So it's Gambitious.
Gamebitious.com.
I believe so. Hang on a second. Yeah. They're starting out with 7 new projects, and it's a shift on how they're getting funded. And you actually, if you're a game designer or whatever, like those ones that we've been talking about forever on Kickstarter,
Mm-hmm.
this actually gives you more cred because they're like, this is seriously the dude that made this thing.
Cool.
So hopefully it'll lead to more projects getting funded and more awesome content for people to enjoy.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's one of the good ones. The other one we want to talk about is the Wii U.
So what's that?
That's the new console from Nintendo that's coming out. It's actually got 2 screens. When I mean 2 screens, I mean the controller actually has a screen in it.
Huh.
Comes
I
out
thought
on
there
your-
was a thing that was just that comes with a one screen and you could get a second or something.
No, it does. It comes to like the screen is in it, so your controller, but you also have your TV, so you can actually switch from the TV to that controller. So if you're playing a game, you got, parents or whatever, you need to like switch back. And it's going to be launching in November the 18th, and it's got 23 titles lined up for launch.
So you can play on the small screen or the big screen.
Yeah, you can carry it around the house. It can go, I think, about, I don't know exactly how far it can go, but it can go like not super far. But it's the reason I think they designed it that way was to make sure that parents could still watch and see what their kids are consuming, which seems like a decent idea this day and age.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What if you had 2 screens though, so you could take a longer distance?
2 screens to take it a longer distance? What do you mean?
Well, there was
You're
some
gonna have
review
a
I heard on this thing already, and they were talking about how
well, yeah, you
one
can have
screen
a,
is a controller, and that they didn't provide a second one, and all this kind of stuff. So
well, they
I'm
will
not an expert.
they
just so
will
you know.
they will provide a second controller for sure. I mean, it's just in Nintendo's blood that actually has this sort of stuff. So, I mean, the first one is it's going to be like a second screen in your hand, so you'll have your like inventory or your map or whatever else you'll be looking at while you're playing your first screen, which is on the front. So it'll be interesting to see how people develop for that.
Cool.
Make
So
choices.
it's not like it's a small screen that
It's
replaces
massive.
the big
It's
screen.
like a freaking tablet.
It's like an iPad or something.
It's like an iPad with a controller stick around it. So, it'll be awesome. I'm
Cool.
sure Nintendo will do a good job with it, and I'm sure everybody will buy it for their kids because if they don't,
So is it also
And
an
as soon
Android
as somebody
tablet?
hacks it, I'll buy it.
it's like $299.
Ah,
That's
cool.
how much their price point is. And I mean, it's probably the first wave of the next generation console we'll see coming out so far.
Cool.
So, and then the second thing I guess we'll talk about after with Wii U is whatever just left my brain right now.
Well, I've got something for gaming with
Go
James.
ahead. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, let's do this.
MIT employs Kinect and lasers in real-time mapping gear for firefighters. So the firefighter straps on like an Xbox Kinect and hooks it up to this laser system that
And I'll actually show him the building as he walks through it.
So the firefighter goes through the building and it actually
Yeah.
maps the building so that when the people coming in behind him actually have a map.
have a map, so it's like he's the leader. And
Using Kinect
Very cool.
sensor technology. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
See, we live in the future, and that's proof of that right there.
dude, we
Yeah.
live in
That's
the
awesome.
future.
Well, that is awesome, but I mean, the future is coming really fast with Google Glass and, those type of products. coming
Social
out.
stack right there.
Social
Yeah.
stacks coming out. Yeah, the future is now. The future is friendly.
Like the tablet you don't have to have a tablet anymore. You just have to have a flat surface. And that's your screen.
it's very true.
Amazing.
Do you know what?
Why
Like,
do I have 3 tablets and this sucks?
do you know what tripped me out the
Well,
other
you still need them
today?
for now.
I was on YouTube. I was watching a video, and I saw the thing for the Samsung Smart TV, and it's like you can yell at your TV and you can surf the internet picture.
My
in picture.
dad has one of those.
Oh my god, it looks amazing.
Your dad
My
too?
dad, my
Or
My
dad,
dad's been
Or
yelling
your
at
dad
his
yells
TV
at the
for
TV.
years.
I was just going to say that.
My dad went out and bought a TV, and it was too big for the space he wanted to put it in, so he brought it back, and they said we don't have the right size. So the only size that could fit in that space was this smart TV, 3D LED smart TV. He
Yeah.
didn't even know what he was buying. I go there for vacation. He goes, "Yeah, this is my new TV." He goes, "It's like LCD, something." So I started scrolling through it and realized all the shit that this TV can do. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really, it's amazing. You can tell it to do anything you want. And I said, you don't even know what you got here. He says, it fit. It fit in the space. That's all he told me. That's all he knew. I can't wait to go back there and actually play with it.
Did you teach him how to use it a bit?
No, because he wouldn't let me. He's like, no, let's go.
My TV. Get out of my house.
So
Leave that remote alone.
Does
It's
it
like
do
18
laundry?
years old all again.
Yeah.
Does it do laundry?
It's got CBC. That's
Sanj, if you want to talk about making something like that after the show, I'd be definitely interested in talking to you about that.
So what does this
That's-
TV do? I mean,
So you can talk to it. You can actually yell it and say, hello TV, and then the TV goes and just pops up in the menu, and then
You can
tell it
surf with your voice on your
the
TV.
internet. Yeah.
so how does the TV
Picture
know
in
when
picture.
you're talking to it? Or
Because
versus
you say
talking to
hello
the wife?
TV.
Your Hello TV.
Or you
and it
start
goes-
with Hello
You
TV.
start with a command.
Or you start with Hello TV.
You start with a
It's
command.
like the
yeah.
Enterprise.
Yeah, it's like
And then it
Hal.
says, hello, James. What would you like to do today?
You know what? If we can program a voice, I'm gonna get you to record some things.
That's
for
so
that.
funny.
That was hot.
Lefty
was
will
so
do
funny.
that in a second.
Yeah,
That
for
was
sure.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can also use your hand as well. So it's
But-
like when they're showing. No, but
good timing.
Nice,
That's
just
after
check
it
this.
says
Okay.
hello.
Okay. So, anyways, if you watch this YouTube commercial, the funny part about this YouTube commercial is it seems so lame. Like the Samsung commercial. No offense to those guys, but this commercial seems so lame. It's got this lame ass dude on the couch with his girlfriend, and he's eating popcorn. He's like, "Oh, honey, you got popcorn grease on the freaking remote again," and it's like. What are we in, like the 1970s? But then he's like, oh, and then this girl comes in, just magically sits down because you know that happens when you're sitting at home with your significant other. And then sometimes, and then she's like, oh, well, you can use your hand. And he's like, oh, no more grease on my hands for the popcorn anymore, so I can eat as much as I want. And the girl like chucks a bunch of popcorn in his face. And I'm just like,
Sold. I'll buy one. How much?
yeah,
Okay,
I'm sold.
That's a lame commercial.
But it is a very lame commercial, and I was like, for all this awesome stuff it does, you're making it seem like these are the two like most bumpkin people in the world using this TV. They're like, oh my god, I can search soccer and watch it at the same time.
Imagine the guys that got paid to make that.
Oh my
commercial.
god, I was just like,
People had a
really?
conversation. Somebody said it was a good idea. They wrote it down probably a couple of times.
That-
you know,
The lady that does educate them though is actually a very smart lady herself. I feel so sorry for her that she had to be with those two actors. So
Talking about getting paid for something lame. What do you guys think about the new Microsoft logo? Or should I not go there?
I don't know.
I think we'll do a Microsoft show.
Oh yeah,
In a couple
that would
weeks.
Be fun.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
we forgot to talk about what it's called for the firefighter thing. It's called the Slam.
great name.
Ah, yes.
I guess we'll have to
That's cool.
practice with our new Microsoft product.
Yeah, and then I heard you can upload your maps to Google.
Got to make sure Ian's in the house for that one, though.
What, the Microsoft
Yeah,
Windows
yeah.
8?
We got to have the.
I hear they're selling it for the right
contrarian
price.
Yep.
view. Yeah. Oh yeah, the operating system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20.
Just
Super
give it
cheap.
away, man.
Super cheap.
Someone might use it that way.
Shut up and take my
They
money.
need adoption because they're banking the farm on this one.
They're not really
So-
banking the farm.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
they are.
Are they bringing up
Yeah.
Bill
They're
for
making
the
a
launch
big-
or
they're
not?
making
I thought
a
you
big
bet
gamble.
the farm. You don't bank
Yeah, you
it.
don't bank.
Oh yeah, sorry. Too many
You
black
bet the
beers.
farm.
Anyway, somebody brought up Apple Maps and iPhone 5. I think it was Bonnie.
That was
No,
me.
that was Bonnie
Yeah.
and Margaret. Both.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I was talking to Ian before the show, and he thinks it's a good move, and that they had to do it at some point, and they had to break their connection with Google.
Mhm.
Do you think Steve Jobs would have done it though? If he
No.
was still alive, do you think he would have done
Yeah,
it this
I read
way?
some articles that said, come on, basically anything that was planned for iPhone 5 was already in development before he died.
No, I don't believe that.
Be- the way- the
you gotta
way-
figure this stuff's been planned for a while.
Yeah,
mean,
no, I
think-
agree with Ian, but at the same time, I think Steve Jobs is such a perfectionist and he was so obsessed with the user interface. I don't think he would have brought out
No.
the Apple
beta
Maps.
version.
As the de facto map basically it downgraded everybody. There's no transit information at all.
Yep.
Once a leader passes on from the company, it's a shit show.
Well,
But at
I
the
mean,
same
that's
time-
always going to happen.
That goes
Yeah,
back
whether
to
it's up
Simon's
or-
next Start With Why happened when Sam Walton died.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think
Microsoft and Bill left.
I don't think that Steve Jobs would have done that, but and I think that this just goes to show that Tim Cook's Apple is a different Apple, but
It's more of a Granny Smith.
but he's done a lot of good for the company because of his ability to get new carriers and to bring out the iPhone to so many countries at the same time that didn't happen with the iPhone 4S or any other iPhone.
But that wasn't because of Steve Jobs' leadership.
No, it was because of Tim Cook.
Yeah. No, I mean, it didn't not happen before because it was Steve Jobs' fault, right? It was, I mean...
He was just
No, it wasn't his fault. It was just that he wasn't focused on that.
Yeah.
Tim Cook's is
they're
a
both
supply chain guy.
They both bring, different things to the table.
Exactly.
Well, not so much Steve anymore, but
he's on the iCloud.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but I mean, I think what Steve was really trying to do was he make sure that he vetted the people that were going to be the ones taking on the product, right? Like, he didn't really give a crap about mass market. He just kind of like made sure that the right companies got it at the right time.
I disagree. How did
Really?
he get to mass market without giving?
Well, he
it back?
did. He did. He did
cared
it. He did
a
it
lot about
sometimes.
mass
But I
market.
mean, like,
No, he cared about mass market, but he cared about the user interface.
Yeah.
And he was obsessed.
He was
He was a perfectionist. He was obsessed with the product.
He would
The
have never
design. He was just obsessed with the design and the user interface. And I don't think he would have let this product come to market as it is. I think he would have maybe brought it out as an app, a beta app that people could use, and then just like Apple's saying, be patient as people use it. It'll be corrected because people will correct it. But basically
It's called beta.
Yeah, it's called beta, and they're forcing the users to beta test it.
But when did Siri come out?
That was Apple
4S.
Yeah.
So was Steve involved with that?
Yes.
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 That's not exactly the most successful app on the planet.
Well, but if you look at
not in Canada, but in the US, it's
Well,
much
hasn't
better.
she learned Canada now?
Yeah, Canada's been added now. It wasn't in
But
Canada.
it isn't just Canada.
Well, no, it wasn't. It came out with the 4S in Canada, but location was not part of it. So you couldn't actually ask Siri where something was because there was no location-based functionality.
But there were other issues with it.
Yeah.
Maps is number 2 for not a perfect app.
Well, the problem.
There's no such thing as a
the
perfect
problem.
app.
The problem.
I understand that, but Apple has been telling people, and so have Apple fanboys, been telling people for how many years that it is so much more superior and pretty much perfect. That so now we're seeing that in fact it isn't. And I don't say that that's a bad thing because I don't think anything is perfect.
So wait a
Nothing
second.
All I'm
is perfect,
saying
but the
is-
thing is, why did they bring it out so quick when they still had a year left in their agreement with Google? And
Yeah.
It's like
Well, Ian
maybe
can answer
it would
that
have been
question.
more prudent to perfect it first.
Well, it's what you really gotta look at, and I think that
Would if
that's
anybody-
a good question.
Would
What
have
you gotta-
anybody cared if it didn't come out with
No.
Apple Maps because nobody was
No.
expecting it anyway?
Yeah.
No, but they've also got to build in time to obviously perfect anything in lieu of that contract ending anyway. But more importantly, they've got to separate themselves from Google and start developing their own stuff. So that's part of the reason they did it so early, in my opinion.
So then,
But I don't work for them, so I don't know.
So they bring us a crappy beta, and now we got to wait a year for them to perfect it.
Well, you got to look at it from a point of view that's really the only threat to them is Android and is Google. So obviously they've got to develop their own software, and that's what they're doing. So
They could develop their own software, but I'm just saying maybe they should get it right before they release it.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that because Apple was doing this behind closed doors, they didn't actually reach out to people and ask for help because they didn't want people to know they were doing this.
Or to even say, how do you normally enter an address so we can kind of make this user friendly?
Well, that part's okay. It's just that the address comes up wrong. That's the problem. It's
Yeah,
putting
you end up
things
in the wrong
place.
country if you don't.
And
put it in the right
apparently,
way.
yeah, exactly. And apparently, in some cities, it's actually really good, but in others, it's not. So
Okay, not good enough.
So
If I'm in my car and I'm pulled over looking for a frickin' address, I don't want to have to play 20 questions with my app. I want to
Or
get it
drive
right.
well,
to San
apparently,
Francisco.
apparently, if you're in LA or San Francisco, the app works great.
Okay, so you're in
but
Las
if you're-
Vegas.
But
you
if
drive
you're in
to
the
San
outlying area,
Francisco.
if you're in the outlying areas, the everything's in the wrong spot, and you get directed to the wrong streets and
Nice.
things like
Okay,
that.
not
so-
good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, just go back and use Google Maps. Sooner
Yeah.
or later they'll
Well,
get it right.
Google Maps is coming out with an app for iOS now, so it's
Well, it's going to have.
I would hope so.
yeah. And in the meantime, you can actually go into Safari and just type in maps.google.com, bookmark it, and use
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but I think that it was a mistake. They should have brought it out as an app and asked, their loyal fanboys to to beta test it, and they
Right.
would have. And
Yes.
they would have got all the information that they needed to perfect it and then bring it out for our iPhone 6. That's
Next
what-
year.
Yeah, bring it out next year, and they would have had it perfected.
Might just be an upgrade.
Anybody switched to iPhone 5 yet? Anybody on 5?
I did.
I have some friends. I have
Randall,
I said I did.
did Randall get his iPhone 5 yet?
Yes, that's
No.
why he's not here.
No.
He's trying to figure out the map app.
He's not
couldn't
here
figure
because
out
he's
where
going
we
Couldn't
here
find
and
out where we
saving
are.
his energy for Gary tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're gonna talk about maps, you want to talk about like how awesome Google navigation is?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Google
This
what?
robot that yells at me to turn left and right when I need to go places. It's like I could be so dumb, and it's like, oh, you should turn right. Okay,
Make the next
make the
legal
next
U-turn.
turn. Well, I haven't used it to drive yet. It's probably a pain in the ass, but.
Actually, no,
It
we're
tells
It's
you-
amazingly
Oh wait!
accurate.
Oh my God! We forgot to talk about the biggest thing. California has allowed non-people driving cars.
Oh yeah, is that cool? The Google robot
the
car.
autonomous driver.
Autonomous
has
driving
arrived.
car. How can we even forget about that?
Let's face it, can it do any worse?
Especially in Richmond.
It'll be even weirder when a
was
cop
gonna
pulls
say-
up.
I wasn't gonna say it.
But here's the weird
Let's-
thing: what if a
let's
cop?
put
What
them
if?
in
What if
Richmond.
you're like riding around in your autonomous car, and then all of a sudden an autonomous cop car shows up? Back there? What do you do then? Are you like what the?
The ticket goes to
Yeah.
Google, man.
Is the ticket go to Google or what? Like you're like, oh
Ticket goes to
shit,
Google.
oh shit.
They can afford it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting to the
That was
end
a
of the show.
digression. Drink.
And that's actually really cool. And actually another kind of in a related topic, the BC municipal politicians
Yeah.
were at a meeting this week, and they voted to decriminalize marijuana.
Who did?
What?
Really? How
You're
did we miss
fucking
that?
kidding.
No.
Oh, no
it's
way.
a joke,
The municipal,
No way.
right? But it's municipal.
they don't have the power to actually
it's
decriminalize it, but
oh,
they endorsed
okay.
it. All the municipal governments of British Columbia have
Hello,
voted
tourism.
to decriminalize marijuana.
So what
in BC.
exactly does that
Welcome
mean?
to Vansterdam. That's
It's
what
just
it means.
one step forward towards decriminalization. Doesn't mean that it'll be
And
legal.
taxation.
Just means that it'll be decriminalized.
And taxation. So Psalms you'll be able
No,
to totally take
it's
up
not.
smoking.
It's totally
No,
not
the reason why I'm
that.
all tongue in cheek is a buddy of mine just recently got sort of hosed down. He found out one of his rental properties was a grow up, and now he's stuck with a $40,000 bill for somebody who's made a bank and moved on, and
It'll still be illegal to have a grow up.
Yeah. It just means that it
That's-
wouldn't be
that's
it wouldn't be a,
harsh.
it wouldn't be a crime, and it basically isn't anyways because they're not enforcing it.
Could've made that money yourself
so
before you rented
no,
it.
that's the part I'm confused about. It's illegal, but it's not a crime.
No, it is still
It's
a crime.
illegal to it would be illegal to distribute it. It would be legal to have it.
To have it.
You'll have
to
to
use
apply
it.
for a license.
No,
to-
you wouldn't even have to. It's
No.
decriminalized.
Isn't it
No,
like
but
small
you
amounts?
you will have to apply for a license to grow marijuana once it's
Oh.
decriminalized.
So essentially, if I get busted and I get pulled over, I should tell the cop that I was consuming it, and that would be legal and not selling it.
Yeah, it's kind of
You
Well-
can tell him James
There's
told you it
gonna,
was
there's
okay.
gonna be a limit to how
Don't
much
use
you
my
can
name
have
in
on
any
your
of this.
person.
Yeah, but it's
That'll
kind
be
of it's
below
kind of
that
a
limit,
weird
they'll consider
situation.
Personally, you'll be okay.
I mean, you
got
gotta
to
think
limit,
of-
they're going to assume you're selling
They-
it.
they-
And you're in big trouble and bend over, buddy.
Really, the only way to for this issue is to go all in.
Yeah, there's plenty
Go
of
all
better.
in.
Exactly.
You can't say that it's legal to have, but it's illegal to grow, and then say, okay, it's illegal to have, but the only way to get it is to support organized crime.
Yeah.
This is
So it's kind of
funny.
ridiculous.
Last week on the radio, they
You're
had
Okay,
you're
that's
either-
a huge digression.
you're
What the
either-
hell does that have
Yeah,
to do with the
It's
You're
because
either
a lot of people on
finding-
Twitter get stoned and then start like typing, "Hey, what's up?" So hi right
No,
now.
and
last-
I'm not a marijuana
Yeah,
user.
me neither.
So it's so it's
Sarah says everything.
but to me, I think they either have to be all out or all in. It's
the views are views of
You're
King
either in or
James
you're out,
alone, and
and
not
I-
of the
So,
show.
so,
I think
so,
they should
so
be
there
in.
was an article actually that said that use of cannabis can actually prevent cancer.
Oh yeah,
No, I'm not
actually,
kidding. I'm not
it's-
kidding. It's true.
It's actually
There's
true.
a link to everything to everything.
okay.
in the show notes. Yeah.
Except lung
I'll put a
cancer.
link in the show notes. There's a video on YouTube. It's called "Run from the Cure," and it's a guy, Rick Simpson, who back in the Maritimes he had cancer, and he actually remembered hearing that cannabis has an anti-cancer effect, and there were going to be studies and all this. He heard it on the radio. And then when he got cancer, he remembered that, and he looked into it, and he found some studies, and then he actually brewed, or whatever you want to call it, hemp oil, and he started applying it to it was skin cancer, and the cancer went away. And then he started producing it and giving it away to people who he knew that had cancer, and he had actually really good results. And then
well, hemp oil, it doesn't have any THC.
No.
so
This is this isn't hemp oil. This is actual. It
has to have the
cannabis.
It's
THC.
made from the crystals,
It's actually
Oh.
dope
and
oil.
it actually does have THC
Well,
in
a
it.
friend of mine up north, she has really bad fibromyalgia, and she was on so many meds, and she couldn't function on them. And she was a total straight arrow, but she eventually switched over, and now she smokes dope, and she's off her meds and feeling way better.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's tons of medical benefits to marijuana.
Now,
it's
when you switch to
documented.
dope, does your brain go in denial? I mean, does it actually cure it, or do you not feel the side effects of
Well,
it?
actually, they're working on a high-list
pain relief.
They're working on a high-list version of it that doesn't actually have a psychoactive effect,
And so what's the point?
but still has. There's no recreational point, but there's a medical point.
Oh, I see.
Right,
And,
but if you can get
and a
both or just
counterpoint.
half, why not go for
As long as it actually works.
That's like
Anyways.
decaf coffee. Anyways.
Yeah, right.
Vitamin D
The
too
decaf, right? Well,
for people with fibromyalgia
And your
or,
brain actually has
or MS. Super high doses of vitamin D actually help too.
and also tetrahydrocannabinoids.
But on a closing note, I just wanted to say
cannabinoids are actually in your brain.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky
He's on
Gervais.
the greeny green.
After speak talking all about that pot.
Ricky Gervais came out with an app.
Oh yeah.
He's a
Awesome.
comedian
Really?
turned entrepreneur. He came out with an app called Just Saying, I believe.
He's really active on Twitter too. He's funny.
Oh, he's huge, and he's got the most popular podcast in the world.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
Most downloads in the world.
He's funny as hell.
And he, or at least it was. And his app is called Just Saying, and I tried it out, downloaded it. It's on the iOS right now, and it's going to be on Android in a couple months. It's a really cool app. It's like he says, if we want to bring people want to hear your voice. They don't want to just see your tweets and your updates. So what you can do is you can use his app, and it'll tweet out or post a Facebook posting. It doesn't have a play button yet, but I think they're working on that, so that it'll just have a play button right on the wall. Right now you have to click, and it goes to their app site, and then you can listen to the message. But it's actually really cool, and then people can follow up on the messages with their own little voice comments, and it's kind of cool.
And he's got a contest with Conan O'Brien right now. Did you know that? For this app, they're basically looking for the best entry or the best use of their app, and whoever has it, they're going to give them 3 minutes of stand up on Conan O'Brien.
Cool.
What?
Yeah.
You should do it, James.
You got 3 minutes?
3 minutes for what?
Do you have 3 minutes of quality comedy?
Oh man, I'll just talk about you guys.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
And that's the Bunker Project. Thanks to our
That's the
sponsor,
Bunker Project.
Wixcom, the #1 WYSIWYG website builder in the world.
And the site with the most HTML5 developed website.
Over 1 million users, can't be wrong. And thanks to all you
Just
guys.
in HTML5. Over 14 million users total.
Whoa.
14 million.
Thanks for joining us on the Bunker Project. If you have any calls or questions, please contact us at
1-877-636-1474.
and have a beer on us.
Go team. Go team.
And join the Craft Beer Hangout
On
Google
Fridays.
Plus.
Google
Every
Plus.
Friday at 7 p.m. Check it out.
Get better, Bob.
Yeah, get better, Bob.